Hi, this is Tweek. It's a day after Christmas. That doesn't mean the spirit has left me yet. I found a shadow box and I turned it into something extra special. Join us. Supplies for this project are a wooden shadow box. I got this at my local craft store, and this happened to be Santa and his sleigh. You'll need some lace, some hot glue, some LED twinkle fairy lights. Ours is a 20 count wire. You will need watercolor paints, some gloss, paintbrushes, and water, wood glue, and don't forget the glitter. We're going to add a snowy effect to our shadow box. So let's get started. This project began with me finding a very simple shadow box at the local craft store. Now there were only two there, so I grabbed both of them, brought them home, and the first thing we did was to drill some holes into the back so that we could add lights. First tweak that's happening to this box is it's going to be lit up when it's done. After the holes were drilled for the fairy lights, it's time to paint, and I'm using watercolors. It's very easy to paint on the wood, it dries fast, and it gives me some options. I want this to look like a nighttime sky, so I'm going to go with blue. I've got a blue here and some purple. Let me put the water over here where it's a little closer. And before I start, I'm going to add just a little bit of paper towel. There are holes in that wood now, so I want to just offer a little protection in case anything slides through. That paper towel will be there to collect it. So here we go. I'm thinking which brush. I think I want the thicker brush. And I'm going to load up. I'm going for two main colors. I've got a dark blue here. I'll let that fill up a bit. And I'm going to go for the back and the inside of the box. And I'm going to stay away from Santa and the reindeer for right now. I'm just gently scrubbing it over the wood. And because I am covering the whole inside, I don't have to be too fussy. Just get the blue in there, and then as I go, I'm going to add some of this. It's almost like a purpley gray color, and I just like the way the two mingled when I put them on. So I'm just going to go through and get my nighttime sky done, and then we will come back and we'll work on Santa and the reindeer. So here we go. Well, I got my sky in pretty much. Now I'm going to do a few more things to it. I wasn't too sloppy. These pieces are all going to be painted. So any place where I add a little bit of color, I would try to wipe off or it'll get covered up with the other paint. I want to do something more to the sky. It's going to have stars in it, but I wanted a little bit of a hint of the Aurora Borealis. Is that how we say it? The Northern Lights. So I'm going to take two colors that I really liked, that I see when I see the Northern Lights. And one of them is like a really pretty green. Greens and pinks is what I have seen. I've seen them a couple times. They're beautiful. It's way up north in the UP of Michigan. And I'm just loading up my brush. Make it nice and watery. And I'm just going to start over here, and I'm just going to add some watery color. See, straight across. I can add a little more. I like the way the paint is kind of just spreading out a little bit. Kind of haphazard, like you would see the lights as they morph and move in the sky. And so then I wanted this a little bit of pink. It might seem silly, but the two colors I like to see, there's yellows, greens, and pinks in the Northern Lights that I saw. There's white too, which is really pretty. So then I'm just going to come in here and just kind of trace the pattern that I made there. I want a little more color. Just a little more, and they kind of bleed into each other. And if I want more bleeding, oh good, I like that. I can add a little more water. Got quite a few paintbrushes in there now. I'll just add a little more water that thins the colors out just a little bit, and you get just a hint of what you might see in the sky as they're flying over. I'm going to stop there, but before I move on to painting the reindeer and Santa, I'm going to paint this last piece here white. That's going to be white like they're flying over snow, with the aurora back behind them in the horizon, and the stars. Is going to be beautiful, because I need white, white, white for the snow. Okay, good. I might come back with more color. Isn't it nice how the green and the pink, they brought in the yellow as they mixed? It's so pretty. So here we go. I'm going to get a bunch of white. Doesn't have to be real thick. I just want it to be there on the ground. This has a little bit of blue in it. I don't mind that because snow does have some blue in it. And it's kind of bleeding up into the wood, which I don't mind about that either. As I go, I'm just going to layer it on here. Oh, I like it. I took some of the blue out, but this is a nighttime scene, so you're going to see some different blues and darks in the snow. And let me show you what I've got so far. This dries nice and fast. I like that. And some of the paint colors are bleeding into each other. I love that. As it dries, you get to see the wood grain. I like that. This is a fun little project. So get my brush cleaned out. We're going for a smaller brush because we're going to do some reindeer and Santa work here. Okay. I want to look at the one I did. Okay. Let's start with the sleigh first. Sleigh was there. Bear with me. It all makes sense in the end. You ever seen an orange sleigh? painting's almost done. And next is time to install the lights. We had the pre-drilled holes. I'm going to take it and add the little fairy lights. There's 20 of them. Here we go. Yeah, nice. So pretty. Now I'm going to add a few more things. I'm going to lightly gloss the inside here. Let's, in case it gets through. I don't think it's going to. There's lights there now. So I'm taking a fan brush. Also want a very light gloss on this. And take my gloss and shake it up because I want really just enough on the lid here. I might do it again, but I just want to very lightly with my fan brush come in and just give everybody a little bit of a gloss. I'm going to add glitter for snow. So I'm going to load up with the gloss. Put a little thicker here. I want it to be kind of clumpy because when the glitter gets on there, it too will clump up a little bit. I'm pushing up against the back to add a little bit of snow differentiation there. Not to look like the snow's piled. Here is this is Crystal Forest, which means it has a little bit of silver in it. And this is just straight up glitter. It's mostly just white, craft cut. And then I'm just going to shake some in. See how the silver really comes into play. And I like that, but I don't want all that. I want more of a snowy look. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I got enough there. I'll shake it down. And we'll continue to add our pieces on the end so it stands. And we'll add some lace and we'll be done. I'm going to make use of this and tap down the glitter. Here we go. What do you think? Next step, add the side supports to hold it. Here's where we are. The little ends are attached. Nice little angle. One more thing. There's always one more thing. I'm going to attach some lace. Got this lace here. And I'm just going to go around the edges of the wood. Okay. I'm going to measure. So I'm going to start on one side. And I'm going to come along the edge of the wood. And then I'm going to fold it and go to each corner. just to make it look a little more like there's a fold there too. I'm going to snip off just a tiny bit of the lace. Okay. Lace went in there into the picture, which we don't need. I see it lit. There we go. It's Santa and his reindeer flying through the sky with the aurora borealis in the picture too. If you like what you've seen here today, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and remember to ring the bell so you know when another episode of Tweaks with Tweek are coming along. And until then, fly through the sky with Santa, take a shadow box and make it your own. Little paint, little lace. It's beautiful. See you again.